Since 1965, Ilio DiPaolo's famous family recipes continue to make their way into the homes of Western New York. Taste the authentic Italian flavor of Ilio's marinara over pasta, seafood, meats, or breads. Made from a blend of fresh tomatoes, garlic, and onions, Ilio's marinara is a nutritious sauce, low in sodium with only 1 gram of fat per serving. Try Ilio's Italian dressing marinade too. It's the perfect way to prepare a salad or marinate any entree. Bring a little bit of Italy home with Ilio DiPaolo's genuine Italian favorites. It has now been 3 decades of Ilio DiPaolo's famous marinara sauce, Italian dressing and marinade, and seasoned breadcrumbs have been available on the shelves of grocery stores throughout the region. A story that is worth telling.
30 years ago, there was no factories or facilities that could produce, smaller amounts of product. And then when it did start to happen, our friends Frankie Toscano and Gary Maybeck said, hey, why don't you try your Italian dressing? We've got a place in Erie, PA that northeast actually, that would produce that for you. So we went over there, met with them. They produced our dressing, and through trial and tribulations, we kind of come up with it.
Oh, there's no question. The salad dressing is my favorite. I use it for everything. It's simple to use on salad, but the marinade part of it, I can't tell you how much I do with the chicken. Throwing that chicken on the grill, marinating it 1 or 2 days, and then plopping it on that grill. It's great. It is my favorite.
And then they said, okay, well, let's do demos in the top stores and see. So there goes my father. He's out, with his bar stool with autographs and pictures, and he's sitting there with some Buffalo Jills that sign autographs, and for 6 hours in those stores, I drop them off at noon, pick them up about 6 or 7 o'clock, and they'd be tasting our dressing. And we did 14 stores, and it was a trial to see if people really liked it.
Him loading, unloading the truck, getting everything set up, just a larger-than-life figure, and just sitting there having fun with it for hours in the middle of the store at the front entrance. Yeah, he used to make it with burners, his own pasta, toss it up, and just anyone randomly walking through, he'd just strike up a conversation. Hey, taste this here and there, and he really had a great time, and he really enjoyed. I remember that distinctly.
We're going to do McKinley, we're going to go up to Maple Road, okay, let's go. They pack up, then we get a little TV with the tape players, so put the tape in there. My father would sit there and bring cards. And then a couple of Buffalo Jills or players or Destroyer would show up, or wrestlers or Tony Parisi or whoever was in town or was around, say, hey, Kumba, come over and see me. So they'd come into the store. You never knew who was going to show up, and they'd sign autographs and take pictures of the people, and so at the same time taste our product and sauce and see how they liked it and made their comments. So that's kind of how it was a little traveling carnival for 14 stores. It was very interesting. How he sat there for 6 hours, he just, he had a ball. Okay, how's everything going? Everybody happy? Okay. And, what do you think? All right, well, very good. I'm glad you like it. So it was, then I'd pick him up at the end of the day, and time for the little vino now. So Frank Toscano was the vice president of Tops Markets, and he would come in all the time and have dinner with my father and kind of talk and advise him. I'm like, Ilio, this is time to buy meat now, or time to buy poultry now, or Ilio, they're doing this independent. Tops wants to go in a new direction, independent products in the stores. So we think your dressing, I love your dressing. Let's start with that.
And that's how it started. And we would meet, twice I'd come in, he'd sit down with me, we'd have a bottle of wine, we'd talk, the kids would play around. And then I started having my family reunions and that in the room back here. And it just became a camaraderie thing, and we started introducing different product lines. He started with these salad dressing, then the sauce, and then Gary had an idea with breadcrumbs. I would work with Gary up at Tops. He was a buyer there.
Gary Maybeck, now you got to go talk with Gary Maybeck, was also coming in. He goes, you got to see me and make sure you're good. So then we lined up the demos and all that stuff. I was never so afraid of going into Gary Maybeck's office. He goes, okay, sit down. Tell me why we should sell your dressing. Oh boy, okay, here we go. Well, it's nutritional, it's good, low sodium, this and that. Okay, good, prove it. So we go to the stores, and that's kind of how demo. So
going back, Ilio and Dennis actually came into my office to promote the salad dressing and had me presented it to me if I would put it into the stores, which I did. And by the way, it's an excellent quality marinade and dressing. If you look at the ingredients, it's soybean oil and canola oil, and a lot of other dressings on the shelf are water and vinegar for first ingredients.
We went to the Pelicanos and Paul and them, and they said that, hey, we evolved, sauce is coming popular, let's do some sauce. We said, okay, let's do that. So again, the same thing, my father and everybody else, we all sat down, my brother Michael, okay, here's the recipe. I want to do a marinara sauce, not a pasta sauce, so that's kind of how we evolved with that.
Well, Mr. DiPaolo was very fussy. There only was one recipe, and it was his, that's it. He could make suggestions, but, it's nothing like my mother. He can taste anybody's sauce. Nobody tastes like hers. Same thing with Mr. DiPaolo. His was the best, and that is the best.
And then we had John Mills was our distributor, because it was great doing Tops and Wegmans and all that. But we needed to expand into the independent stores and I remember running myself, delivering to BJ's, 5 cases here, 5 cases there. But so John Mills said, look, I have 1,000 stores, independent stores, so we can get out. So John Mills was a great resource for us in helping us distribute out to the little mom and pop stores, a case here, a case there.
Basically, it boiled down to, can we get it in the marketplace? Will people take it on and put it on their shelves? Because, at that time, no one knew, except maybe the local people in the neighborhoods, about DiPaolo's restaurant. So that was the challenge, to get the name recognition out and get it to be purchased off the shelves by customers in the retail business.
That's kind of how it's evolved all through the years, and you see it all over the place there now. And then as that grew, and then people started, we did the gift boxes. Bud Carpenter said, we're doing so many of these donations of your product. Hundreds of our gift boxes go to golf tournaments, fundraisers, for whatever event. And he said, this is the scholarship fund. Really, this kind of fits in what we do. And he said, you know what, though, you're right. This should be a community project. You're right, Bud.
29 years ago when we started this, we got lucky, as most people in Western New York remember, having a wonderful wrestling event. And we raised good money, but that was just the foundation for us with Ilio DiPaolo Scholarship Fund. And we needed a way to substantiate everything we were trying to do, but then we had to finance it as well. And it was a tough decision. It was a business decision by them, but with them being such a part of it and them also knowing what we were trying to do with the scholarship fund, Ilio so believed in education, so believed in helping those with less fortunate or disabled, and that's what the scholarship fund was made for. Yes, we were supporting student athletes, but we were also supporting lots of disabled groups, those with lesser incomes, that we were able to help them as well. And I think that was a selling point to them, knowing how strong Ilio felt about all of that and how we were going to sustain what we wanted to do and what we were doing.
So that's kind of where we are today, 30 years later. The products that we sell through the friends that have helped us develop this through the year is our way of giving back through the community, through the scholarship fund with our product, and that's where we are today with these gentlemen.
It's a local. Everybody knows the DiPaolo restaurant. It's like a name that's trusted. I do carry the dress in my store. In fact, right now I have a real huge display with Mr. DiPaolo Mobilia. Really nice display. In fact, I have a picture. And believe it or not, they have to put the display with this mobilia. The sales go crazy. People buy it. I can't believe it. People still remember Mr. DiPaolo. And that picture means a lot. In fact, I'm going to ask them if I can keep it forever.
Well, with the DiPaolo family, it's a family, and they accept everybody as their family. And Dennis comes around, talks to us every time we're in here. They're a very warm family. We've been to their picnics. Ethel DiPaolo and my wife are very close friends. And they're just a great family. And the quality of product, their products are all quality. You can't debate that.
It was a great experience. I learned a lot from Ilio. I hope I helped him. I know he was very comfortable.
In 30 years, I've seen that growth, and it's been a fast 30 years. But I was there at the beginning when the retail came out, And it was a pleasure knowing the founder, Ilio DiPaolo, and of course his family after that. So
It's been a great run, and the longevity of it is never ending because people always got to eat. And they're always going to enjoy something that's special and homemade and independent. And I think they're right. As we look in today's world, I mean, the people want that independent taste.
Yeah, and it's funny how the time, how everything started in 1994. The retail product started. Grandpa physically started that and promoted it, you know, from start. And then 95, you know, suddenly he passed away. And then 96, Uncle Bud, you, Dad, everyone started the scholarship fund too. So it's a pretty humbling, incredible story. However, the time frame really moves forward to the 30th anniversary, and then as well to the 60-year anniversary of the restaurant. So this is going to be a nice year of celebrations coming up. Let's put it that way.
How many batches before your dad was happy with it?
Oh, 30 years ago, I can't remember that. But it was, yeah, it's always something, right? So, cut.